Oh, good one, everybody. Welcome. I got to turn the volume down as always. Welcome to another episode. Oh, getting jiggly with it. I'm well, and today we're taking down the ice. I mean the police. Yeah, that's what we're taking down. Let's just remove the POL there. That's what we're doing today. We are playing a little bit of block by block. If you watched my collection video, I mentioned we got this as a review copy. So preface, this is a review copy. And we were going to play it when Colombia was having some issues with their government, but now we're currently having issues with our government, which is really scary because considering Audrey is Colombian and Lucita is, well, half Colombian, it's very scary place to be. So I figured this is only proper, thematic. It's the right thing to play right now. So this is what we're playing tonight. I'm not going to do a full teach. If you want to know how to play the game, go over to Totally Tabled. Shaggy over there, he did a great run through, great overview, exactly how to play. That's what I did. I watched his video and I barely had to read the rules, which means I'm probably going to make rules mistakes. Don't care. I'm just having fun to play this as more of a statement than I'm going to get the rules right. But either way, guys, let's go ahead and flip over. I'll give a brief rundown of how the game plays. So we are set up for a one-player game, a solo game of block by block. Uprising, might it be? It is the Uprising version. In this game, what you're trying to do is complete these conditions to liberate different neighborhoods, different areas of the map. We are going up against all of these wonderful little ICE officers all around the board. I mean, police officers all around the board. And they're going to move in certain ways based on these ops cards, right? So the op cards are going to have them move around. The little officers are going to move around, and they're going to try to impede us from being able to do things. On our turn, we can take a couple actions. We can move our guys around. We can add barricades to stop the ICE agents from getting in or the vans from going through. 3 stops a van, 1 per officer that's trying to get through. We can also, if we have enough strength, we can take over the areas. We can basically liberate the areas, which is part of our objective as well, right? Is we want to go in here and do it. In order to liberate an area, if the example here, this says 3, we will need to have double whatever this number is. And then once sunrise occurs, this will flip over, it becomes liberated. It makes it better for us. We also have the ability to build additional, I forget what they call these things, but like this is an assembly hall. Assembly hall basically allows us to get additional blocks on the board. We can build them in our area, or we can build them in public areas or state areas, or a faction that's not playing in the game. And then we also have these mutual aid centers, which what these do is basically we can gather resources based on how many pieces of graffiti we have. The way that works is if you look at these shopping carts, we have an option to use our dice roll to get loot items, but we would have to burn it down to get the loot item. Or we can just graffiti the area. And if we graffiti the area, then when we have, for example, that mutual aid in one of the locations, you can draw the number of cards based on the amount of graffiti around it. So say we build it here, we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, we could technically have up to 5 graffiti, which means we get to draw 5 cards and take 2. The cards do anything from getting you +1 to your total block count to Molotov cocktails, right? Molotov cocktails to do 1 extra damage. And then that's the last thing. So you can do damage to the officers and the vans. Vans take 3 points of damage. Basically, the first point of damage stands it up, which is not very thematic. So we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna stand them up this way. So the first piece of damage knocks it down, and then the second piece of damage flips it over, and the third piece of damage takes it off of the board. So it takes 3 pieces of damage to get it off. The thing is, you got to do that in 1 turn because they do repair at the end of each round. Same with the officers, you can defeat them. And same as with the rest, in order to defeat them, you need to have the number on your die. Now, you can use multiple die combined, but again, with the van, you kind of need all 3 die. So you kind of either wanted to get out of the 6 or not. And then that's the last point, is the movement. If you notice, there are roads. Some of the roads stop, so that is a dead end. The edge of the board is a dead end. And then some areas, like for example, the highways here, they can't stop at all. So if the van comes through here, they're just going to keep going until they get to here. If the officers walk into here, so they could never go this way because it's a dead end. So they get stuck, right? But say they were here and they went, they would immediately go to this next zone as well. That is basically it. As we complete these, or as we liberate them, there are liberation cards underneath that we will be able to get a choice and an action. The game does get harder, so it is escalating. This goes up, but we can reduce it by taking out a van, or by liberating a area, or yeah, or by building an occupation. So I think that is everything. Sure, we'll go with that. That's everything. Yeah, basic actions, advance actions, and then attack actions. And then the other action, which is very important because right now we're not going to be able to do this objective, is attending a meeting. So we basically put our cube here, we attend a meeting. You need to have a number of attendees greater than the number of cards out. Right now, like I said, this is not a good one. And it's because it wants me to build an occupation in this liberated district. The problem is I can't do that because guess who's hanging out down here in the telecom network hub? The one spelling false information is down here. All right, so that is that. Let me just double check again one more time on building a building an occupation. Because I don't think they need to be liberated to build it. That's attack. Where's my building an occupation? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, build. It's an advanced action. Okay, so an advanced action. So I can build an occupation in my faction's own districts, public districts, and state districts. So I can build these in any of my districts, any of the pink districts, which is the public, or any of the white districts, which is the state-run districts. And then in order to do that, I basically have to I need a dice that is greater than the the district's difficulty. So I'd need a 6 or a 5 to build on those. This one needs a 6, a 6. Those all need 6s. 4, 4, and 4. I guess the one last piece is the each of them have a special ability. So the neighbors, their special ability is they can build 2 barricades with 1 action. So instead of using 3 dice, I could technically use 2, or I could actually just build a 3 and a 1, right? So I can build more barricades. The students, solo blocks may be moved through a police squads and vans. So normally if you go into an area with a police squad or a van, you have to stop in that area, right? And then it becomes a clash. I think that's it. I think that is it. So let us start with the nighttime. We're in the nighttime phase. So of course ICE gets to go first. So they are going to do a police ops. Because we are currently in the ICE morale of 1, they're timid, so they're only going to do 1 action. And this gets done for each faction. So each one of us, before each of our turns, this is going to happen. All right? So the first one, squad movement. All groups of police squads advance into adjacent neighbors' district. Squads and districts with occupation hold their position. So, they can't, okay, so these ones can go here. So one has to stay. He has to hold the ground. So this isn't adjacent, so he can go there. There are no more adjacent neighboring districts. So, that's not how it would normally turn out. There are other cards that make them all move. Or, for example, if these guys were already, well, they can't go that way. If they were already in here, then they would move in, but there's no way there. All right, so now we form form one block at our, oops, we didn't form our initial blocks. There we go. So in a solo or two-player game, you start with 3. So now we're up to 4. All right. Then we're going to take our actions. The number of dice I can roll is based on the number of blocks I have. So if I have 5 blocks, I get to roll 4 dice. I do not, so I only get to roll 3. And I left my dice tray somewhere, so I guess we're going to be rolling them here. All right. These dice aren't the dice come with it. The dice come with it are just plain black dice, just black dice, but I figured this makes it easier to know whose turn I'm doing. All right. So a 4, 2, and a 5. So I know we need to go here because I need another objective. I just have to have another objective because I can't do that one at all. So to go to a meeting, what is theirs? They can build 2 barricade with 1 action. Loot, build, swap. Okay, attend a meeting, any value, move one of your blocks that are not in a clash to it. All right, so we're going to do any value. So let's go ahead. Oh, and I've actually got a shopping center. Maybe I get some loot as well. All right, so I need at least a 4 to loot. So we need this. So we're going to just use the 2 to send one of our guys here. That's our meeting. And then we're going to spend the 4. And I do have the metro's closed, so I can't use the metro right now. I'm going to use the 4 to loot that. We're going to go ahead and set her on fire. Yep. So we got a Molotov cocktail. So what this does is, like I said, it increases my attack during a battle. All right. Then we have 1 more left. I guess we'll just go ahead and use that to build, because I can build 2 barricades with 1 action. So let's go ahead and get ourselves protected. So they can't come from here, right? Because this is not there, but he can come from up there. So let's go ahead and start building up our defenses right here. All right. So that is end of green's turn. So now we go to purple's turn. So same thing. We need to do the ice ops action. All groups advance 1 squad. All groups of police squads advance into adjacent state districts. So these 2 are just going to swap, so I'm not even going to mess with them. And then he's going to come back, and then he's not doing anything. He's just chilling there. He's just chilling. All right, so purple gets 3 dice. All right, so we have 6, a 2, and a 2. 6, a 2, and a 2. All right, so they need 6 for here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the same thing. Let's use our 6, so that way we can loot here to get us some loot. Molotovs as well. I guess we're going to be doing some attacking. And then 2 and a 2. 2 and a 2 doesn't do us much. So, oh, we forgot to give ourselves our reinforcements. So I guess we need to start moving, but I don't know where we need to move to is the problem, right? Because I don't know what the next objective that's going to be available is. So you guys can come this way, up and over, this way and up. These guys can't come this way. They can go up and over. So maybe I mean, the problem is the van just rolls right over your barricades if you don't have 3. If you don't have 3. So this is the beginner layout. This is the layout they recommend for your first game. So I would hope that means it's easier instead of just completely random. Do we put 1 barricade each? These guys are closer than these guys, so I think what we'll do is we'll do them here. We're just going to put 2. Or should I have done 3? Should I have not gotten my Molotov cocktail? Let's just do 2 there, because that'll at least stop those 2 guys. It's not stopping the van, but at least it'll stop those 2 guys. All right, so that is my 2 actions there. All right, so that is all of our turns. So now we go to Sunrise. After all factions, we're going to resolve the reaction card. So this is the reaction card. All right. Highest districts. Vans are repaired and police attack. Locate the police van stationed in the lowest ID district, then locate the district with the highest police ID. Move the van to that district following the shortest path. All right, so we want the lowest. That's 15, 13, 14, 12. That's the lowest. And then move the van to locate the district with the highest police ID. 11 to, I don't know what, I guess the highest is 25 because there's 25 tiles. 20, where is 25? 8, 4, 15, I can't find it. 22, I was almost there. Maybe there isn't 25 because of the highways. There's 3 highways, right? Yeah. So highways don't have one, so 22 is the highest. All right, so how is he going to get there? It says straight line. He can't go that way. Can't go there. Oh, he's going to go through my... so he's going to come down. He's going to break through my barricades. Then he's going to keep going, and he's going to end up here. And once he ends up there, he is going to drop off a new ice agent. All right. Well, that wasn't fun. So that is it. That was not fun at all. Liberate districts. There's no districts to liberate because we're not double these numbers. Check meeting attendance. We do have a meeting attendance. So we do get, I don't know what happens to him. Does he come back to my, I'm guessing comes back to my board. I'm guessing he's like a lost guy. He went to a meeting and never came back. It's like, I'm okay. I don't need to come back. Where's meeting attendance? Meeting attendance. Here we go. Returning blocks. Following each meeting success or not, each faction returns all of the blocks to one district where it is built in occupation. Okay, so he actually goes back to his district. That's good. That would have been annoying. All right, that is good. Green. I need green. I am green. I can do the neighbors. So you basically need to liberate this area and then build one of my occupations there. That area is way down here. Oh, that's not very good either. That's not good. All right. So check meeting, check win conditions. We didn't win. Check police morale, advance the countdown track, and pass the first action token. All right. So I don't know why it said check police morale. It's still timid. Where is that step? Checking meeting. Check win conditions. No. And saying this is all win conditions. Where's the check police morale? Police guide, police ops cards. Not sure why. Oh, okay. Sorry. Check police morale because as the morale increases, then he moves more. That's why it said check it. Okay, so it's at 1, so he moved 1. That's kind of your in-game timer because it's game over if it gets to the bottom. All right, past first player marker. So now we start again. So we're still in timid. So ice is only going to draw 1 card. District patrols. All groups of ICE squads advance into adjacent districts with the highest ID. All right, so they're all going to go into an adjacent with the highest. So the adjacent for them is here. The adjacent for here, highest for him is here. Oh, no, but he's only... He becomes a squad once they moved in, but he wouldn't have moved by himself. So I'm not going to move him because he was by himself. Now he's in a squad. And then these guys, their higher is 15. So 2 of them go and join those guys. And then he's by himself, so he's not going to move. 14, 5, 17 is higher, so they're going to go down. That's 9, so they don't go there. These guys are 12, 3, 2. So 3 is higher, so they're going to go up there. All right. Squads and districts with occupations hold their position. They're currently not occupied. All right. So we get another recruit to our calls. So now there are 5, which means, yay, we get our 4 dice. All right. So we got a 6, a 3, a 6, and a 4. What do we want to do? What do we want to do, guys? I almost need another. I need another card because, again, I can't do that one, and this one's too far away. The first district you have to liberate is a public district, so I'm wondering if I should just come down here because that's only 4, meaning I only need 8 guys. You can move as far as you want with a yeah, you can move as many as you want. So I think we're going to do that. Let's but I have to stop. So maybe, do I want to come in here maybe first? Let's go in here first. So we're going to use the 3 to go here. I'm going to leave 1 guy behind. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and do graffiti. Or we can build an occupation. Well, we can't build an occupation there, sorry. Yeah, we'll do some graffiti with the 4. So that doesn't give us anything, but maybe we'll put the, I'm thinking we'll put this one, the mutual aid centers one here. Then we're going to, I guess, do the other one for, we'll just put 2 graffitis there while we're there. Yeah, we'll just do 2 graffitis. Why not? And then we're going to use our last one to move these 4 here. I don't have to leave that guy behind. That's a police thing. So let's bring him up. Or do I want to leave him up there in case I want to build some barricades? Let's leave him up there just in case I want to build some barricades. Those guys are kind of risking it right there. Maybe I shouldn't have done that other one. Maybe I should have built 1 barricade there. Yeah, let's do that instead. Instead of doing both of those, let's instead do a single barricade. That'll stop 1 guy from getting in there. They come in here, we'll just have to fight them on the next round. All right, so green's turn. It is the neighbor's turn. So we're going to reveal an ice ops snatch squads. +1 police morale. That is not good. That also means we draw 2 of these cards per turn. Just like I said, he's going to move twice. All groups of police squads advance into adjacent districts with blocks. That's not good. All right, so he can't, because they can't use the metro. So he can't advance in there. But these 2 can advance here. So one of them is going to get stopped, but the other one can then get through. So they took down my barricade. Now we are in a occupied area with a clash. So we will have to deal with that. All right. All right. Green team. Where does green team? I could get green team all the way down here, and then we would be able to liberate this, and maybe I'll be able to take them out. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. So give us 1 more guy. So we now are at 5. We get our 4 dice. All right, so we got a 3, a 4. We need a 4 down here to be able to take him out. So we've got the 4 for that. All right, so we're going to use the 1 to move. We only need 4 guys down there. So we're going to move 4 of our guys down here. And then we will do our attack for 4. That gets rid of 1 of those guys. Bye-bye. And then we left this guy up here. I guess we will have him build barricades. So remember, he gets to build 2 barricades with 1 action. So I'm going to use 2 actions to build a total of 4 barricades, basically. So we want to finish this one off. Right? And then let's prevent them from coming this way too. That guy up there, he's protecting our home base. ICE cannot get in. All right. So, where are we going now? I think we're going to the bad guy's turn. Yeah, so we did all of our actions. Resolve the reaction card. All right. Vans are repaired. We didn't need to do. Police attack, but again, I took him out, so he's not going to attack. Locate the police vans stationed in the lowest ID. 14, 22, 13, 15. So 13, okay. Then locate the public district. Oh, we're in a public district. That might not. Oh, he can't get over there, I don't think. Public district with the lowest police ID. Move the van to that district in the shortest path. So that's 21. That's 20. That's 22. So he's got to go way up there. So he's going to go up, over. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Up, over, up, over. That's a lot of upping and overing to get him up there. I don't know why you just don't put him on there. That's what I don't get. Like, why? I guess it's to remove any barricades that are in the way. I assume that's why you don't just pick them up and put them in it. And then deploy one ICE squad in there. All right. Liberate districts. We successfully did this one. So we are going to liberate the park. We want to make sure it's the same direction. So at the bottom, you'll see it says 21. And then so we want to make sure that when we liberate it, it's the same direction. It does become a higher target. So it's 35. So now this is a higher level than the other ones. But we did liberate that. So we can all come here. Because we liberated that, that goes down 1. All right. Block everything. The plan, like all best ones and worst ones, is simple. Block everything. Mobilize teams to blockade the city. Each liberating faction may move up to 2 blocks from this district to one of its own factions districts. So it'll be our turn, meaning he's not going to attack. So I do think we're going to move 2 there. And it doesn't say it has to be adjacent, so we don't need all these blocks down here anymore. So I think we go ahead and just move them to the high school, right? Because then we can liberate and build something over here. So let's do the high school because it's only 4. Yeah. All right. Block everything. -1 police morale. So we already did that. In retrospect, it's amazing how few people it takes to flip a car over. For each block you move, build 2 barricades around that district. Ooh, I didn't know that's... So you don't know what's going to happen until you play this. So I moved these guys 1, 2. So I get to build 2 barricades around that district. And then I move these guys 1. So they get to build 1 barricade around this district. Yeah, it says around that district, I guess. Liberated public district. Move the countdown track. Move the countdown tank. And reverse 1 space. So we liberated a public district. So we get to move the countdown track, reverse. So now we're back at 1 again. So that was good. I like that was a good reward. All right. Check meeting. We didn't go to the meeting. Check win conditions. We haven't won. And then check police morale. It's back at 1 again because we moved it. This goes here. We pass this here. We're on to the next round. So it is, of course, ICE's turn, but we got them down to 1. The metros are locked again. All right. Ready? Ready? All right. ICE. Light enforcements. +1 ICE morale. Well, that's not good. I think I did forget to draw a card. Oh, no. It went up at the end of that turn. That's right. So on purple's turn, I got to remember draw 2 cards. All police vans deploy a squad. All ICE vans, ICE van. Yeah, everybody deploys. So there is one here that's called heavy. The heavy is what will cause the vans to be repaired or put back on the board after you destroy them. And easy, there's only 1 in there. On each additional level you can add until there's a total of 4. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, so what I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I still have 5. Actually, I get to 6. So you don't get your last die until we get 9 guys out there. Question is, what do I want to do? I'm all barricaded in. I'm good. Cannot use the metro. Now, again, we can go through the barricades, no problem. But to overcome this, I'm going to need 6, and this guy's got to be taken out. So we're definitely taking him out. We could go up here, maybe, and take out the van if we roll high enough. But you can only attack per cube. I only have 2 cubes down here. So I would have to move another cube down here to be able to take that van out. We can also build here if we have higher than a 4, which may be a good idea too, because we said we wanted to build one of those stations for that. Let's see what we get. A 3, a 1, and a 5. We need to take this because this is our objective, so we do know we need to do that at some point. So the question is, do I instead, I was going to do the Mutual Aid Center, but now I'm wondering if that's the best idea, because if I do the Assembly Hall, then at the beginning of each turn, or no, I can spend a die to keep adding guys there. Right, so like on a single turn, I could just add a whole bunch of guys there. I could barricade, because remember, I get to do 2. Maybe we do this one here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. We can spend any number to do a barricade, so we're going to spend a 1. I get to build 2, because that's the green's ability. I would think that'd be the worker's ability. Kind of more thematically makes sense. So now the van can't come in here. It'll run into that, stop, they can't get through. We need to attack this guy. We need higher than a 6. So we have our 5. We have our Molotov cocktail. So that gets rid of him, so he doesn't attack us. And we have 2 3s. So we need 2 guys up there. In order to get another card, we need 2. Do I want to do anything else with this? I said I wanted to build, but I'd need a 4 here, which means it would take both dice. I could let purple build here. Maybe we'll let purple build there. So, yeah, I think we're going to use these 2 to send these 2 guys, not those 2 guys, these 2 guys to the meeting. All right. And that is the neighbor's turn. All right, so now we're going to the student's turn. Students, unfortunately, you get 2 ice cards. 2 ice cards. Well, let's do this one first. Strategic rotation. All groups of police squads reduced down to 5 max per district. 4, 4, 2, 2. All right. Extra squads are that's a way to get rid of them without you fighting them. That wasn't very helpful. All groups of police squads advance into adjacent orange zones, prisoner zones. So one guy is going there. They can't go there, and they can't. Well, this is adjacent, so I didn't mention that earlier, but this is adjacent. The highway is adjacent because they can't stop here. So one guy will go in there. That is it. That was their turn. All right. What are the students doing today? First, they're getting some help. The only place they can come is right there. All right. So 5, a 5, a 2, and a 2. So we need a 4. So we're good to go. We will use a 5 for that. And I think we'll go with my original plan with that. So we will put that there. Now, hopefully, maybe that card comes out and we'll be good to go, because then we've already completed it. All right, so that was that one. This action now, as it sits, we can draw 1 card and keep 2. Not really great, but it's what it is. Maybe I shouldn't have taken... No, I want these guys here because I want to be able to move them there. All right, now what do we do? Okay, these guys can come right in here. So I'm thinking, let's just use all 3 of the other dice to build 3 barricades to stop that van. Just in case it decides to come this, because we can choose which way we want it to go. Because it says shortest distance. This is technically the shortest distance because this is adjacent, if that makes sense, right? This is 1 movement. This would be 1, 2 movement. So this is technically the shortest distance. So that's the best place to block to prevent the van. He would hit that and he would come back. All right. So that was the student's turn. That alert level is still at 2. That is not a good thing. Ice is on alert. All right, so resolve the reaction card. State districts. Vans are required and police attack. No police can attack because you guys ain't with me. Locate the police van stationed in the lowest ID district. 15, 22, 20, 14. 14 is the lowest. Then locate the state district, which is the white ones, with the highest. So 14, 12, 3, 15. So that's one, 15. Move the van to the district following the shortest path. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's technically the same distance either way. And I'm going to be in my favor because I don't want them to go through my barricade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't go here because there's already a van. So they can't go here because there's already a van. So it pushes them back all the way to there. And then they deploy another ice squad. Right. There we go. Liberate districts. We can't liberate right now. Check meeting attendance. We do have 2, and we can bring them back to anywhere we have a location. Unfortunately, we only have the 1 location, but that does give us another card. Liberate the interior. I keep getting more, and it's like, that's crazy. I don't think there's any way to reset these. I think the only way to reset it is to draw another one after it's full, which kind of sucks. Yeah. All right. Check win conditions. We didn't win. Check police or the ice morale. Ice morale is a 2, so we go 1, 2. All right. That's not good. All right. Pass the first player marker. All right. So purple gets to go first. We are still on alert level 2. So that is 2 cards. All right, heavy reinforcements. Here's the one I was talking about. So police morale goes up 1. All police squad vans deploy. 1 police squad. So they're all out here still. 1, 2, 3, 4. If fewer than 4 police vans are in the city, deploy 1 van based on the. So up at the top it says highest. With at least 1 police. So basically it is the highest, like you would look at every district that has any ice squads, and then you'd place them there. I mean, police squads. You guys know what I mean. All right, here's next. Paramilitary raids. +1. Holy cow, that is a horrible chain of events. All groups of police squads advance into adjacent districts with occupations. So, this is the only one. And it's not adjacent to anybody. Now that's liberated. Sorry, occupations, which is this, this, and this. So these guys are going to move in, but only 1. These guys can't. Oh, he is. He's adjacent. So he's going to hit the barricade and destroy one of our barricades. Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Buddy. All right. Squads and districts with occupations hold their position. All right. Let's go purple. So 4 dice. Let's give him another new recruit. So we can take him out. Luckily, we got 3 guys there. We need to get 8 guys over here, though, to take this one over. That's actually, we want to do that after we do this one. So technically, I kind of want to bring those guys back and maybe bring those guys in. But the movement, I can only move 1 or more blocks any distance between 2 districts. So this would be 2 actions to get that to happen. 2, 5, but I think we want to do that. We want to start working getting that objective completed. So 5, a 4, 2, and a 3. All right, so we need a 6 to take them out. We do have, oh, we have Molotovs. I didn't realize this was different. This is a +2. So, because we don't have a 6, we're going to go ahead and use the 4 and the Molotovs to take this guy out because we don't want him there. And then we are going to move. Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we move all of them, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'd have to use all 3 to get enough guys in there. But that's considering not moving any green guys in, which I think I would probably move some green guys in too. Yeah, because I could move these 2 green guys too. So maybe we don't use them all. Maybe we build. Okay, they can move through districts with police, which I don't need to do right now. But these guys are here. Maybe we come through here. Maybe we make a stop here to use our 3 to put another thing here, maybe. I don't know. I need 1 more dice. I need 1 more so I can move. And build my barricade, because that's the problem. If he comes through, he's just going to take out my barricade. It's almost pointless. Although technically, if he had to go the shortest path, it would be 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. So this is technically still the shortest path. So we're good. I think we're gonna do what I said I was gonna do. All right, so we're gonna use the 2 to move. Leave 1 guy behind and 2 guys here. Then we're gonna use the 3 to do some graffiti. All right, and then we're gonna use the 5 to move these 2 guys in here. That means now at green I have to move all 4 of my guys in there, basically. It's the only way around it. All right, green's turn. We are on brutal. They are currently brutal. Yeah, I've got to get this flipped over because I got to get that dropped. So it's still 2 cards. All right. ICE is going to commercial districts, which are the... What are the commercial ones? Commercial... Oh, it's the ones with the shopping carts. Okay. Oh, that's not good. They're gonna die. That's not good. Where's the other commercial district? There's one. He's gonna hold his position because there's only 1 guy. He's already in a commercial district. 1, 2. I think there's only 3. 1, 2. Commercial. Let's double check. Double check. Yeah. That's not good. Put the Molotovs in the wrong pile. All right. Light reinforcements. +1 police morale. We are now on deadly. Holy cow. All police vans deploy 1 more ICE squad. ICE goes there. ICE goes there. ICE goes there. ICE goes there. Now I need that card that says reduce them back down to 5. That's a huge group of ICE agents. All right. All right. Let's go. Did not enjoy that at all. All right, so green now, probably I have to change. Even if I change plans, I don't have enough to take these guys out. Because the most I can't move 2 sets of guys and attack that many times. We're basically going to lose. Purple's going to lose both those people. Yeah, purple's going to lose people. Because I need to get this liberated because I need that track to go down. I have no other option. So, we know we need to move. Oh, but I can't go through here now. Oh, the metro's open. Metro's open. Where's that metro come out? Metro comes out here. Cool, I'm so good. All right, so we're going to use this one to move these guys to the metro, come out here, and then end up here. I'm going to use this one to move these 2 guys here. Before I move those 2 guys there, let's use our 6 to take advantage of this location. which allows us to draw 1, 2 loot cards. Actually, before we do our 6, oh man, I need a 6 to do it here. I was going to add it here, but I need a 6. I need a 6. So that 2, I don't know what I'm going to do with that 2. I guess build another barrier. Yeah, so let's use the 2 to build a barrier. Then we use our 6 to do this, which allows us to draw 2 cards and keep 2 cards. We just get to keep them both. So we have Molotov, and then we have a grocery. Grocery counts as 1 extra block when liberating a district. So we have 2, 4, 6. Oh, no, I needed that 2 to move those guys, didn't I? Right, what did I do? No, that was my other 1. That was my other 1, sorry. So 1, move those guys. 2, added a barricade. 6, did this, and then the other 1 moved me. Okay. I was like, I'm about to say, please tell me I didn't actually understand. But yeah, so if I only had 7 guys here, 2, 4, 6, say I take 1 away and it was only 7, then I could actually make that still work for me. All right. So, sorry, students. These students are going to be incarcerated by ICE because that seems to be what's happening right now. So we did that. Resolve the reaction card. What's going to happen? Highest ID districts. Vans are prepared and police attack. So vans are repaired. No vans need repaired. Police are attacking. So we lose some students. Locate the police van stationed at the lowest ID district. 28, 22, 15. So 8. Then locate the district with the highest police ID, which was 22. And then move them there. He can't because there's already 1 there. So he basically just stays put. And he deploys another ICE agent. All right. Okay. Pass. Oh, hang on. Liberate districts. Yes. So all of you guys come off. Take our card. And then flip this way. Yeah. So it says there's an arrow. I always just think of this as like a, GPS marker arrow. I wasn't thinking of it as a like flip arrow, but that's actually the flip. You flip it that direction. So flip it down the way the arrow's pointing. And then that puts that there. Ooh, we got some free graffiti. That's great. So we got a free graffiti there. Let me go ahead and put this here so I know that. Oh, that was good. All right, so we have now liberated it. Now we just need to build an occupation on it on our next turn. And we have, green has completed their task. All right. Anonymous text goes out to everyone's phones. Can you believe that the chief of ICE email password was God? Each liberating faction must choose. All right, we're playing solos, so we only get to choose 1 option. Keep your head down and focus on the task of building defenses. That most likely is going to have us build barricades. Head somewhere safe to sift through the data leak. Move 1 block from this district to a district with an occupation. Okay. Huh. I don't know. We need to build defenses now because these guys are here, right? Yeah, so let's keep our head down and build our defenses. All right, -1 police morale. Go back to 2. There will be time to laugh for the cops' bad taste memes later. For now, these trash cans aren't just going to overturn themselves. Build 1 barricade around this district. So 1. Well, that was not as fortuitous as I thought it was going to be. We did not liberate a public district, unfortunately. So that is, I guess, the reason to go back to the public districts and liberate them, even though they're not a task, because that will get the tank moved back the other direction. All right, so that was that. Check meeting. Nobody went to the meeting. Check win. We still haven't won. Check the morale. It is at a 2, so this goes 1, 2. We are halfway to losing the game. All right, pass the first player marker. All right, we are on 2 ice cards still. We're about to shuffle, which is not going to be fun. All right. First one. District patrols. All group of police squads advance into adjacent districts with the highest police ID. So the adjacent, he can't go to his adjacent because he's by himself. But all of these guys go down and now join him because that's the, oh, no, they don't go join him. So he's going to move to here. And these guys are all going to move here. Guess you don't move the guy that moved in. These guys are going to move here. Well, that's getting huge, man. These guys are going to go to 19. Those are all ones, and then this one is, so this is where I said they're going to try to, these numbers get higher because they're guaranteed to try to go that direction. Yeah. That is it. Okay. Second card. Let's see what else. All group of police squads advance into adjacent public districts. So, guess it didn't matter what I did on that previous turn because now that one's full. And then he's going to come back where he came from. And then he's going to come down in here. And, oh, nope, he's by himself. He does not come down here. All right. That wasn't, I guess, too bad. This is a nightmare. I kind of want the deck to shuffle now because I want all these guys gone. That's way too many ice agents in one area for my liking. All right. So we get to put one there. We are at 1, 2, 3, we're at what, 6, 7. Oh, we have 9. We have 10 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we have 10 cubes. So basically, once we have 1 cube left, we get our last die. All right. So we got a bunch of ones. Ones are not necessarily beneficial. What do I need to do this? I need 5. Need 5. So yeah, I'm gonna have to spend my 2 3s to be able to put this here. All right. And I think I was gonna say we can attack, but that needs a 6. So I think we're gonna use both of these to add us some more barricades around this zone. All right, draw the last 2 for the students. Move into the student districts. Well, that is no bueno. And then they don't come back. And the last card. Move into the worker districts. So he's not going to move because they're currently in an occupation area. He will move. Yeah. So they're not going to move either of those because they're in an occupation, so they don't move. All right, and then we need to shuffle this for the next turn. All right. So ice has taken their turn. Purple is not, the students are not doing too good. Ice has taken away, how are we doing, Co-op Guild's viewers? How you guys doing? So Ice has taken out a couple students. That is not allowed. So, students only have, what do they have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 5. So I do get to keep 4 dice. So that's at least something. But I got to do something with these guys because I can't lose more at the end of this turn. And I wanted to go here, but I think now I'm going to be coming up because they can luckily, remember the student's ability is they can move through the police, so they can actually just go straight up there and then I can attack them as long as I get higher than 6s, and I did not. Okay, so now the question is, and he doesn't have a Molotov, so they're going to, I don't know, I guess kill another student? It says they're attacking, so I guess they're killing another student. I do not think they're taking them anywhere. So what do we do, guys? What do we do? All right. we come here, we will get the option of getting some supplies. And we can barricade this off. Right? We could let green come in here the following turn, which would give us enough to flip this one. The problem is we also need another card. Because again, there's no way, although telecom's almost empty now. But I have no other way to get in here. Like, telecom's just not possible, because both of these would have to be empty. And that's the interior of the ministry. That's both of them. That's both of these. That's just horrible. Horrible objective cards. All right, what do we do? Because we need this to go down. Oh, actually, it should have gone down when we liberated, and it should have gone down when we did this. So actually, we're one lower than I thought. And I don't remember if I lowered it when we built this. I think it was already at 1 when we built this one. So, unfortunately. So what are we doing next, guys? What are we doing? That's a lot of dice. This I would need 4 to be able to accomplish that, which I've got. I've got the 5. So maybe, yeah, let's go get some supplies. So let's use our 1 to move. Do I move both of the guys in there? I don't see why I would need both guys in there. This is a 3. I could actually take that guy out, but I don't have enough movement. Unless we completely move. Which means I don't do the supplies. Maybe we do that? Yeah. Let's move both guys up here. And then we're going to attack him with the 4. So that gets rid of him. And then we're going to take both of these to build 2 of those. Right? Now, again, if I only had 1 guy moving, I could have moved past. But again, there's no point because this guy's a goner. I mean, because I couldn't attack there unless I used like all of my dice. And therefore, I wouldn't have had enough to even... Somebody still would have died, I guess is what I'm saying, because I wouldn't have been able to attack both of them because I didn't have 12 total. I had a 2, a 2, a 5, and a 1, right? So that's only 10. That's why I was thinking about going in here and getting some supplies, but then I still wouldn't have had enough dice to go up there. Or would I have? I would have used the 1 to go in here. No, because then I had to use the 2, 4 to actually activate that spot, the 2, 2s. So no, that's what I did. All right. So that's purple. Purple was the end of that round. So resolve the reaction card. Vans, don't break through my barricades, please. Vans are repaired. The police or ICE agents attack. They just killed my guy. I don't know what happens to my thing if I don't have a guy in there now. Two squads. Okay, example, 1 squad evicts a student. It says he evicts. They're attacking to evict somebody. And then 3 squads defeat 2 neighbor blocks and evict the occupation. Okay, so they can evict the occupation. So if I don't have somebody in there on the next... Oh no, it evicts it now. Oh. Can they evict this? Yes. Example, Van defeats 2 blocks and evicts the occupation. Oh, I didn't realize that. Hang on. Now I think we are going to have to reverse that because I don't want to lose that. So let's go all the way back to where we were, right? Take these 2 barricades back. We have to take, we're timey-wimeying this. All right, because now I didn't realize that I didn't think about that. That will destroy that. I need to have 2 guys up there. So this guy comes back. All right, so we're going to use the 1 guy to move, and he can move through this because the students can move through to go up here. And then we are going to use these 2 to attack, which means we do have a 2 left over. So we'll figure out what we do once we get up there. Okay, so we're going to use this 1 to go up here. We're going to use these 2 to attack this guy. We're going to use the 2 to build a barricade. I don't know. It's not stopping the van, so We'll just put it there, I guess. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and do this. So they attack. So we do still lose a student. And then locate the police in the lowest ID. 8. It's got to be this one. 8. Then locate a state district with the lowest ID. 12, 14, 15, 13. Dang it, it's way up there. Then he needs to go in the straightest path to get there. So, luckily we didn't put up any barricades. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he is going to deploy another ICE agent. There he goes. You punk. All right, liberate districts. We don't have one. If I would have moved all these guys over there, we would have. Why didn't I move these guys? I think that was stupid. Why didn't I move these guys? I built barricades instead. I should have moved all these guys in here, because that would liberate this one. Yeah, that was dumb. One of the actions I should have moved all these guys in here. I don't know why I didn't. That was stupid. Take that barricade back. And instead, we'll build the barricade here. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. That was a dumb action. All right, so liberate districts. So we liberated this district. This makes us go down. All right, and then flip this way. And then we get a graffiti here. All right, and all you guys go chill out here. So now purple can build something there, which is good. Oh, I forgot to put my flag there, didn't I? Oop. Just missing all kinds of steps. That's why when you live stream, you're trying to pay attention to like the stream, talk out what you're doing, and then you forget half of the other stuff. This 24-hour autonomous kitchen feeds hundreds a day and has grown to become a sprawling mutual aid hub. Each liberating faction must choose, eat a hot meal and check the donation table for anything useful, volunteer to take the upcoming meal shift, discard one groceries card. Oh, we can do that because we have a groceries card. Let's do that because we have it. We'll go ahead and do that. So volunteer to take an upcoming meal. So actually we have to do both because the students can't do this, right? So the students are going to do A and the neighbors are doing B. I forgot they can choose different things. Slightly more rested and sporting some new gear. Thank your comrades in the kitchen. Grab one loot. So the students get a loot card, which are old tires. Oh, build 2 barricades. Does not require an action die. Cannot be used by blocks in a clash. Okay. And then we're discarding our groceries. It's hard work, but well worth it when you see the solidarity and dignity of those in the makeshift dining areas enjoying the food you cooked. Form 1 block in this district. All right. Boop. We have 1 extra block. And we already did the -1 police morale. All right. So on this previous one, though, yeah, we did the build 1 barricade around it. So we did build 2 barricades. I was trying to think, did I take that action? Actually, did I take that action twice? Because that was here, right? I think I did. It's too late now to go back, so we'll just say I did. I don't think I did, though. I think I put it here to block this guy. Oh, well. Too late now. I'm not going to play timey-wimey shenanigans to go that far back. All right, so. Check meeting attendance. We didn't go to a meeting. Check the track. It is at 2, 1, 2. Ugh, I need to get this tank pushed back. So we kind of need another public district, but they're both completely... I don't like this guy. This is just scariness right here. All right, pass the first player token. All right. ICE ops are going at it again. They are coming after our people. All right, students. Move to the students. So he's not going to move because he's already there. They don't move if they're by themselves. This guy's already by himself. He's not going to move. Yep, so nobody moves. That one actually wasn't too bad. All right. Heavy reinforcements, not what I wanted. +1 police morale. All vans deploy 1. Well, we're running out of... I have not been doing a good job of attacking. I'm thinking is the problem. I've not been attacking enough. And then if the police van was destroyed, we'd bring it back. All right. Purple, what you going to do? There you go. You get to deploy another one. We're taking that guy out. Might even come over here and take that guy out. We want to do this. We only need a 3 to do the school. What would be the chances that this would be the school? That's my question. What would be the chances of that being the underfunded high school? What would be the chances? Ooh, we got some big numbers. 6, a 3, and a 5. Well, we got a 1, too, but okay. So, 6, we need a 6. Take that guy out. Cool. This guy's gone. All right. We need a 3. We'll do the 3. And we will build one of these. Boop. When we build that, this goes down 1. Okay. I have 2 dice left. This needs a 5. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to use the 1 to move this guy in here. We're going to use the 5 to take that one out. And then we're going to use the we're going to use the tires, old tires, to build barricade right here. Yeah. Because the van might come up this way. Yep. All right. So green's turn. So 2 ice cards. 1 ice card, 2 ice card. All right, what do we got? District patrols. All groups of ICE squads advance into adjacent districts with the highest ID. So, adjacent with the highest. So one guy comes in here, and all of these guys go back over here. And he's by himself. This one's higher. 3 is higher than 2. Yep, that's it. Okay. Neighboring days are going to go into the neighbors. So he's going to try to come down here. Well, no, he can't. He's by himself. He doesn't move. How did I lose that barricade then? Because he can't move. I shouldn't have ever lost that barricade. Way at the very beginning of the game, I had 3 barricades there. I've always had 3 around both sides. But he's by himself, so that can't happen. Or did I move a guy out? No, because it always makes him move to the higher. Which means they would have moved to here, not there. All right, this one, he's by himself, so he's not going to move. And then there are 2 here, so that is going to move up there. Unfortunately. All right, green's turn. We get to deploy. We get our last die now, and we can deploy here. So we get all 5 dice now. All right, so we definitely want to get another card. We need 3 guys. We're going to have to put 3 guys in there. And you can only, each die is going to cost 1. So basically we're using 3 dice just to get in there. So what else can I do? If I have a 5, I can deploy my last block down here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and deploy our last block. So our last neighbor is out. Then we're going to use the 3 low dice to send these 3 guys here. And then we're going to use the 4 to build 2 barricades here. So that will stop the ice van from happening. All right. That's it. All right. So now neighbors were last. All right. So that was the end of that round. So resolve reaction card. Public districts. Vans are repaired. The ICE agents attack. So the students have not been doing very good. ICE has been very rough with the students. Like, they haven't touched the neighbors lately, but they've been just taking out the students. Locate the van stationed at the lowest ID, 22, 15, 20, 12. So 12 is the lowest. District with the highest ID, which we know is 22. So it's going to try to come down here in the shortest path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to come this way. I have not built any barricades. Again, he can't come in there, so he gets stopped there. He drops off another ice agent. All right, action deck needs shuffled. Hi, busy. It's kind of weird. You got to shuffle this, and you can kind of see that where the metro is open or closed. Although I've not really used the metro much, because again, I'm not really sure where I need to go. Because I know I can't do these two cards. This was the worst outcome I could possibly have at the start of the game, because I have no way to even get over here with guys to be able to even take this, right? Because this goes up here, this goes here, but there's no connection. Now, what would be nice is if this actually went around the board. You know, a lot of games it goes around the board. Then I'd be like, okay, cool. I could go up here, go around the board, and end up here, right? But they don't. It's a dead end. Liberate districts. We don't have any districts to liberate. Check meeting attendance. So my 3 guys can go back to any occupation area. That area is safe. So let's bring them back down here. And then we get 1 more card. 2 liberated districts, autonomous, your own. Build occupations in 2 of your own liberated districts. Okay. So, technically, we can liberate this. And it already has, well, we didn't build that. We didn't build that. Huh. Does that count, though? I wonder if that counts. I wonder if that's explained anywhere. I remember reading something about autonomous, but I don't remember where I read it. Because it is purple that needs to do it. Because the other purple district, well, the other purple district's right above us. We're going to say that you can't. We're going to go up here and just do the junior college. I don't know the actual answer to that, and I don't. It would take me too long to find where that is. Again, I could go 1 to BGG, but I mean this is right next door, which is a lot easier to get to than that one. Hang on, let me let Bella out real quick. Gonna go out in the living room. Go out in the living room, sweetie. All right. So we got our new card. Check win conditions. We did not win. Check the morale. Ice morale is at 2, so this goes 2. So this is basically our last round. If we cannot, so we can build here first and then liberate. We don't have to liberate before we can. Oh no, we have to liberate before we can build. Build before we can liberate. Oh, maybe I can't do that. No, I think we can build an occupation at any time. Yeah, it just has to be my district. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. I think we can do it in 1 round. Because the only way to push the tank back is to do to liberate a public district, and I can't liberate either one of those because of the vans. So yeah, that's what we're going with. All right, pass the first player marker. And the ice ops are happening, so we are at 2 still. All right, so we just need to get 10 guys in here. We need 10 guys in here, so green's got to I'm putting all green in here, right? And we'll take this guy out. And then purple just needs to get 1 guy in there to build, and then it'll liberate on that next turn. I think we're good. Paramilitary raids, +1 morale. Bleh. All groups of ice squads advance into adjacent districts with occupations. So one of these guys goes in there. He's going to come in here. Well, no, he can't. He's by himself. He can't because he's by himself. Is that the only one? Yeah, he can't. They're all by themselves. They left their guys just hanging out here. All of them ended up down here. They're having like a party or something, and they didn't invite the rest of the guys. Which is kind of working to our advantage that they're all hanging out down here. All right, state districts. All groups of ice squad advance into adjacent state districts. So all these guys, this guy can't advance because he's all by himself, but all these guys are going to come down here to him. These guys are going to come back down here, and there's nobody to advance in that one. All right, green. Green gets all 5 dice. All right, what can we do? All right, so we're gonna move. We're gonna use 1 die to move these 4 guys in here. So we'll just use the 2. Use the 5 to take this guy out because we need to take him out. We will use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 10 with green. So we're going to use the 3 to move these guys in here. And then we're going to use the 4. Can these guys can they make it? Oh, subway's open. Yep, they're good. All right, we're going to use the 4 to move these guys to the subway and then up. And then we have the 5, so we will use the 5 to, I guess, loot. Sure. Let's loot. So we're gonna loot. I don't know why. I don't need the loot card. It's a Molotov. All right, that's good. That's what we wanted. All right, so we now can liberate this because there's 10 people here. So we just need purple to get in here and build something. So purple needs more than 5. They're gonna roll 4 dice. So I think, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're going to roll 4 dice. So the chances of not being able to equal 5 is next to none because I only need to move 1 guy in there. So, all right, so ice ops occurs. So ice is raiding. Do this one first. Light reinforcement, +1 morale, blah, blah, blah. Deploy 1. I don't have enough to deploy 1. So they're going to deploy to the highest numbers. 22, 20, and 15. All right. And then this one, district patrols. All groups of ICE squads advance into adjacent districts with the highest ID. So, this is a higher ID. 22 is the higher ID. Oh, you guys just keep dancing back and forth here. Oh, sorry. I keep missing a higher. I keep forgetting. This is closer. So technically that 1 guy would have tried to go down here again. So that's probably happened at least twice. So we'll just remove those 2 barricades. I've probably messed that up several times. I'd imagine because this whole group, because this whole group at one point, were they ever here? They probably were. Technically, all those guys probably should have been down here. I cheated at some point. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right. So, purple gets to go. Gets 4 dice. We have 1 objective and 1 objective only. We got our 6. That's what we needed. So we have what we need to do that. So we are going to use the 2 and the 4 to take this guy out, just to say we took him out. We're going to use the 2 to move in here. We're going to use the 6 to build anything. Really doesn't matter at this point. There we go. That, of course, reduces that by 1. So, into their turn, check for liberate or resolve a reaction card. We still got to do the reaction card. Vans are repaired, blah, blah, blah. The ice agents attack. There are no ice agents with any people. Locate the van with the lowest ID. 15, 22, 8. Yep. Move it to the highest police ID. 12, 15, 13. So 13. So he's going to make a beeline down to 13. He's going to deploy the 1 ice agent that just got killed. All right. That is that for that. And then check for liberated districts. This is now liberated. Take all the stuff off. Grab our little card. Flip this way. Yep. Put this back. That is, unfortunately, that does not come back. So that. We're gonna do the card just to do the card. We just won the game, so that is winning the game. But I want to read the flavor text. A jubilant crowd breaks into a series of wild marches in that wind. It should be wind. It says that wind their way through the city. Wind their way through the city. Each liberating faction must choose: join a snake march headed towards a strip of corporate retail chains. Move 1 block from this district to a district with a shopping center. Join a snake march headed towards one of your strongholds. Move 1 block from this district to your faction's district. Sure. Probably doesn't matter. Let's go to the shopping district, I guess. So we'll just, because we're right next door. We're just all going to go. We're all going to visit the shopping district. The crowd figures, why not? And starts redecorating the place. Windows go down and a beautiful tangle of art and slogan goes up. Place 1 graffiti in the district and draw 1 loot card. So again, basically, because we both went there, 2 of those, we each get a loot card. 1 for you, 1 for you. Again, none of that matters. That was just me going through the paces. But we have win conditions. We have successfully beat the game because we have, whoops, that is not the right one. There we go. We have successfully built 2 liberated districts. 1, 2. And they are build occupations in 2 of your own liberated districts. So that actually worked out great. So, all right, let's go ahead and flip over for first impressions. There we go. All right, so again, I will preface this first impressions. This was provided to us from the publisher. Take that as you will, and I'll take that piece of Bella's hair out of my mouth. Again, I'm playing this more for a statement than for the review and the gameplay that I just did. You can think of it as you wish. Alex Radcliffe did a video, and that's what prompted me to do this, because I am not a very political person, but I do have eyes, I do have a heart, and I have a brain that I can think with. And again, Lucita and my wife should not be afraid to go out of their house. So, okay. All right, so let's do the review. So components. I was kind of hesitant about the components. I think I saw it. I'm like, oh, why are they little cubes? Like, why aren't they cute little meeples and stuff? But now it makes sense because they're blocks. So it's kind of thematic, right? They're blocks. The boards are nice quality. The cubes are nice. You get these big chunky little bands and the nice chunky fire token. One thing that I see, and I got this from Totally Tabled, he was using colored dice, and I thought that was very thematic. So I think that would have been cool if it would have came with like sets of dice for everybody instead of you having to share. But I mean, dice are cheap. You can buy you some colored dice if you like this game enough. The only, I guess really complaint, the iconography is pretty clear. The text is clear on what you're supposed to do. The rule book was clear on how to set up. I did have a couple issues while I was playing where like clarification could be useful. That wasn't clear. But I think the playmat, and that's I think what a lot of people say, it's a cloth playmat. I have never taken this out of the box. Of course, it's got a very hard crease. I would have to iron that out, I think, and I don't know if it would ever come back. I don't know if there is a way to make that crease less pronounced. I don't know if maybe if you fold it in half and then roll it, then maybe that crease wouldn't be as pronounced. I don't know. But otherwise, the components are good. They're great components. The quality is good. Like I said, the art and the graphics and the iconography is nice. I like the little barricades. They give you the little wood barricades instead of cheap cardboard. So yeah, good production. Oh, and there's player aids. There's lots and lots of player aids. There's a player aid for the police. There's another player aid for the police. The only problem is like I was using these as my boards, as my player boards, but the player aid is on the back of each of these because you don't have to use them as player boards. But yeah, components are good. The mechanics. So this is, again, everybody calls it pandemic-esque. Any co-op game where you're trying to stop a spreading and a loss of location or a loss of population, because again, the ICE agents kept killing our students. You kind of have those same mechanics, and it's just how can you reiterate on the formula? I think this is a very unique way to do it. I think your plays will be different every time because everything is random, right? The cards are random. When you put out the locations, not only do you shuffle the locations, you actually, as you're shuffling, you're supposed to turn them and mix them, completely in your hand. So every time you play, that is going to be completely different. The objective cards are going to be completely different. We currently just don't have 2 objective cards in, and those are the faction-specific objective cards. These, we didn't even use all of these. I used 25, and I think there's probably another 5 or 10 of these left. So all of that is great. The mechanics of the dice is a neat way to accomplish the tasks while still keeping it, I guess, at the end of the day, like it keeps everything random. Now, whether you like that randomness, the randomness of locations, the randomness of the meeting and the objectives, the randomness of the dice to be able to accomplish it, I think it's intentionally built into here because of the theme, right? That randomness has to occur. You never know what's going to happen, right? Just like we don't know. You never know where ice is going to show up. You never know where they're going to come. You can't know, right? Which is that fear. And I think that randomness being built into this game, either with its original coding or what I was pretending to do on this playthrough, makes sense. Do I like the randomness? I can't say that. There was maybe 1 or 2 turns where the dice didn't do what I wanted them to do, and I had to take another action. But there is mitigation, right? You can combine dice on the actions to get the numbers you need. You have other actions you can take, right? Okay, I can't go kill those guys. I can't go attack them, but I can just build barricades, and then at least they can't come down and attack me. So I like the way this is all put together. Definitely a game that, now that I've played it, that will probably bring out for like with my sister or even just me and Audrey or anybody else who we've played these types of pandemic style games with, and they like them and they think they're fine. If you watched my collection video, me, Audrey, and my sister played through all of Pandemic Legacy over the course of like 3 days-ish. It was while we were on Christmas vacation one year. So I definitely think this is a game that I'll bring out for them. Difficulty. So I played on easy. I still feel like it was difficult. Again, that I think is part and parcel due to the randomness. I did end up with 2 state cards. Both state cards, everybody stayed on them the entire game, and I had no way to get to one of them. So I think there is still a challenge there. Could that have been offset? Yes, I could have sent more guys to the meeting earlier to know where I needed to go. I lucked into getting autonomous. If I would have gotten, let's see what the next card would have been. Liberate the financial district. So if I would have gotten that one, it would have been game over, right? Because I can't, same thing, there was no way I could have got my guys up there to liberate that. It is a 6. And that means we'd need 12 guys up there, and there were 3 guys in that district. So we would technically need 3 guys plus 3 dice. It would have been less likely to that happen. So the difficulty, I think, scales based on that randomness. But again, you do have the option of adding in more of the heavy reinforcements. If you think the game's too easy, make it as hard as you want. I think this level right here was the perfect difficulty. I'd put it at a good midway. Like I said, I would introduce it to my sister who's not a hobby gamer. So I don't think the difficulty was too bad. At least not the complexity of understanding what to do. The difficulty of winning, that's always hard. I mean, shoot, you can lose Pandemic. And it's not a difficult game. Fun at 2. Again, I played it by myself. Fun at, well, I guess I played 2-player, right? I have to play 2 factions when I play solo. I think this would be a fun game at 2. I did enjoy it solo. I like it. It's a nice solo puzzle. It was nice to try to figure it out in the crunchiness of like, okay, what are the decisions I need to make? What do I do with this faction to make this faction better or whatnot? So we can both accomplish our goals, because I played co-op. Now it does have a semi-co-op mode as well, where people are, I forget what they call them, but they can be traders, right? So you have the Vanguardist, build occupations in 2 districts, Sectarian, win alone, build occupations in 3 public districts, social, 2+ factions win together, complete 1 condition card, Yeah, so you can even add that semi-co-op to it as well. Well, here's the other heavy. So you can add 3 more heavies to the game. So I think it was fun too. Like I said, I think this, even with more players, it would be just as fun, right? I think, again, I hate going back to the word pandemic, but any of these tiled games, more players doesn't necessarily hurt the game because there's just that much more you can do. And again, this is offset by these police op cards, and the most that can be drawn is 3, which could impact the tank. But I think then that would be offset because you would have more guys that could be like, okay, my guy's going to focus on attacking, so I'm going to just take everything out. That's my guy's job. Let me take out all of the officers and make more room. So yeah, I thought it was fun. Fun at 1, fun at 2, fun at whatever count, I guess. I haven't played at those counts, so can't take my word for it if you don't want to. Last thing is the theme. It is very thematic in the fact that I'm only pushing around cubes. I mean, they're just cubes, but you understand the concept, right? You understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to liberate and you're trying to save your people from the corruption that is, well, who they are, right? So it is very thematic. If it wasn't thematic, again, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this review, I wouldn't have been playing this tonight. I'm playing it tonight for that reason, because of its theme, because it is very impactful and very important to today and to what's happening to us right now as a people. And then again, people need to wake up. You need to open your eyes. This game helps you do that. Mission accomplished. If this game didn't help you do that, I'm sorry for you, but we can't be friends. Yeah, we can't be friends. That's it. No more political statements by me. This is a board game channel about board games, where we play board games. I play board games. I want to play board games to have fun. I don't want to play board games for political statements. But this had to be done. Yeah, had to be done. Before I start getting all verklempt again, guys, I would like to thank anybody who watched this far into the video. If you did watch this far into the video, leave me a comment down below, please. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that YouTube stuff. I have to laugh. I have to laugh at it. But until next time, guys. Peace.